Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. This is Paul Malmstrom speaking to you again about credit. Today I would like to talk about the thin file. The thin file is a credit file that has very little credit repository information, such that there may or may not be a credit score generated. I'm going to highlight some of the dangers of having a thin file by talking about two consumers, Jack and Jill. Now Jack has a credit card that he established about 3 months ago, and a car loan that was paid as agreed and paid in full about 18 months ago. So although Jack has a thin file, there's enough activity there to generate a score. But Jack has to be very careful, because even though he may have a pretty good score, that score is a thin file score. So if anything should happen in his credit profile, he goes over his credit limit on his credit card or misses a payment, his score is going to be impaired dramatically. And we know what effect that has on mortgage eligibility. So what advice would I give Jack? Well, the same advice I'm going to give Jill, because Jill has no credit score at all because she has no credit open at all. She needs to get credit right away, and the fastest way to do that is to apply for a secured card. You can just Google it, and there are plenty of banks out there that will give you a credit card where you put a deposit up, $500 or so, and then you can use that card to pay for gas and groceries. And once you get one credit card, it's easier to get a second and a third. So while I don't recommend going out and getting 30 credit cards, you want to have more than one. Now, over the years, I've run into consumers that use credit sparingly, that may not even have a credit score. And I can understand why they would view themselves as being a better credit risk because of doing exactly that. But let's face it, this is the 21st century, and it is imperative to have a credit score. Virtually all mortgage companies today use some sort of automated underwriting system to make their credit decisions. So if you don't have a credit score, you cannot be approved through one of these systems. So is it impossible to be approved for a mortgage without a credit score? No, but you will work much harder, and you will most likely pay a higher rate because of it. So I would suggest that you do what is necessary to get that score and keep it as high as you can. This is Paul Malmstrom, and this is another 2-Minute Mortgage Tip.